So, Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding, Steve Cropper on the lead guitar. I believe he also did a co-write and helped produce, if not totally produce the record at Stax in Memphis. His lead guitar solo, or rather Phil's, don't come in until the second chorus. There is no guitar solo on the track, but there's lots of great ornamental fills by him. And so the first one, the first ones you hear come up on the first chorus. I'll just play it and then we'll do a talk through on it.
Watching the ships roll in, and then I watch them roll away again. Yeah, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home.
So on that chorus, is that the chord he's going to? Let me double check that. On the chorus, the chord progression you want to keep in mind, just because the chord progression of the chorus is G, E major, G, E major, G, A, G, E. And what he's doing is he's taking the section out of the A-shaped G bar chord at the 10th fret there. And he's taking the top section of it. In the classical world, they have you do this chord shape like this. So you can hear the high string, but just to illustrate that that's part of the chord, he's flattening on the top two strings with the index, and he's gonna play both strings, but only hammer the second string. So that necessitates us keeping that first finger flat while curving the third finger. Otherwise, we'll mute the string that we don't want to mute, the high string. We want to keep both strings resonating. So he's going to do one, two, three hammer-ons on the double stop, 2 notes that is, and then he's going to play both strings with just the first finger down, and then take the third finger and go to 12 on the third string, and then finish at 11 on the third string, which is kind of an unusual note to play on the E chord, because it's kind of like it's a 9, what they call a 9, or the second note of the E scale. If you count up from E and you go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, or you count it by number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It really technically starts all over again at 1, or at 8 rather. 8 becomes 1, but when you want to start labeling what they call chord extensions, extensions on chords, 9s, 11, and 13, 2, 4, and 6 become 9, 11, and 13 when you go past the octave. Sometimes they can be placed not necessarily always above the octave either, but below it, the octave note. So in any case, he just picks that note on the E chord, which is kind of cool. I don't think he thought about it. He's definitely not a school player, which is, oftentimes a great thing when it comes to being creative. And it just sounded good. It's in this E scale, it's in the G scale, so it's not out of the key or anything like that. It's just interesting. 2, 3, he does it again. 2, 3. Now, when we go between G and A, he does one more. I don't think he hits the last note. I'll have to double check, but it's not that important. Basically, we'll listen to it and see if he plays any more than that.
Wasted, sitting on the dock of the bay.
No, like he leaves that out, so it's like. And then he does this. You know, that's taking the third finger and sliding up from the 12th fret in a third interval relationship. Let me start a new one here for that.